Hi, how's it going? How are you? Oh my god, it's been so long. How is your kids? How's your husband, your wife, your partner? How are they doing? Amazing. I love that for you. Nothing really is going on with me. Not much at all, really. Besides, of course, that I'm stunning and gorgeous. July was both a great month. Sir, do you mind? This is so rude. I'm like literally in the middle of my job. I'm doing my job. Anyway, July was both a good month and yet also a bad month. Like, we started out strong, okay? We started out with that Dark Academia reading vlog, which, by the way, I'm going to mention a million times. So I'm going to link it, and I'm also going to put the link down below in case you want to watch that video. We started out great. We started out, you know, motivated, ready to fucking work. Things got a little bit depressed. Things got a little bit listless. Things became unmotivated. I became downtrodden with my own anxieties, and you know, my depression like kicked in. She was like, "Hey girl, what's up? I'm here." And I was like, "Love that. Love that you're here." So after that, things really didn't go very well. Like, I didn't read that much. I kind of like didn't feel like reading. I wanted to feel like reading, but I didn't feel like reading. And listen, I want so badly, and I talk about this all the fucking time, I want so badly to be one of those girlies who can get on camera and be like, these are the 42,000 books I read in July. Like, I want to be that girl. I want to be the girl who sits in the fucking thumbnail with like a stack of books that's like taller than fucking me. But I can't do that. All I have is like, you know, the 6 books I read, and then my crippling mental illness. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell me. Suffice to say, it didn't go well. I've already talked a lot about most of these books. Like, most of these books were in videos, and I talked at length about them, but we're gonna talk about them again, kind of. So anyway, let's get into this. Let's stop fucking around and let's find out, okay? If you're new to my wrap-ups, how it generally works is I talk about the books from my least favorite to my most favorite. So let's get started. Okay, my least favorite book from July might be a little bit of a surprise to some of you, because you might be thinking, oh, it's definitely If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio, and you would be incorrect. It's something else, something I read after that. My least favorite book of the month is My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. This was the Patreon Smut Club pick for July. By the way, if you're interested in joining my Patreon, there was always a link down below, and there are always cars passing, literally. Why? On Patreon, there's extra content where you can see my face. I do a reading vlog every month for one of our books. We do reading sprints all the fucking time. Like, it's literally a party. It's a party! So get into it, okay? Anyway, My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. I DNF'd this because I didn't like it. I got about halfway through, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I have never read anything by Tessa Bailey before, so I didn't know what to expect. And going into this, I thought this was going to be your everyday average kind of romance novel. You know what I mean? Like, it would be like more plot heavy and like maybe less smutty. You know what I mean? Like, maybe like 1 or 2 sex scenes, and then boom, bam, we're in love. We like have a happily ever after kind of moment. And that's not what this was. It looks cute from the outside, but on the inside, it is not. This is about this girl, she's with her brother, and they go to this like cabin or whatever, like this Airbnb thing to like get away. You know what I mean? Like, they go on like a little vacation, and then they find a dead body in their Airbnb. And so things get a lot worse. And then this bounty hunter guy shows up, and he's like, I'm here to solve the case. And everyone's like, but who the fuck asked you? You know what I mean? So our main lead female character meets the male lead character, and they instantly like see attraction for each other. In the first chapter, when it was just Taylor, the main female lead, I was like, okay, work. I can get into this. Like, this is kind of cute. And then it switches to the point of view of the male lead character. And I can't tell you how quickly I was turned off. It was juicy, it was moist, and then it sucked out. It was parched, thirsty. Like this man, this character, I was instantly like, ew, I hate all of this. He's the worst. He's the worst. I hated him. So immediately we're in his little fucking bird fucking brain, and he's like, and he sees our main character, the girl main character, and instantly he's like, oh my god, look at those big old titties. Look at that big fat ass. I just want to fucking pinch her ass. I want to pinch her little titties. You know what I mean? Like he's just objectifying her immediately, talking about how like fat her ass is, how he wants to like, you know, motorboat her fucking tits or whatever. I don't know. And I wasn't living for that, because when we switched to Taylor's point of view, I'm sorry, was she sitting there being like, oh my god, look at his big fat fucking dick? Like, no, because like that's not like a thing that people with like I don't know, human decency do. Do you know what I mean? So I was just turned off by it, and I was like, I hate this guy. And then also, and I guess this is kind of a spoiler, but not really, they started fucking way too soon. Okay? They started getting down and dirty with each other way too fucking soon. It was too much. I was like, listen, you guys met 26 seconds ago and you guys are already like sucking each other's dicks. Like, what the fuck? Not that Taylor has a dick, but he'd had a dick. Anyway. And then, I mean, and it was also just like so cliche. Like the main female lead was like, I've never been like, you know, with somebody who was rough. I've never had rough sex. And I'm like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? Thing that really kind of just like cut, like put the nail in the coffin for me was the fact that like there was there was a blowjob scene. Miss Taylor Bailey. Miss Bailey, do you understand your core audience? Do you understand your main audience? Men, specifically straight men, are not reading this book. And I personally, and I'm just gonna be honest with you, I don't know a single fucking woman who likes men who likes sucking dick. Like, no woman is like in bed and like, oh my god, yes, can't wait to suck a dick. Like, nobody thinks that. Why is there a blowjob scene? Like, when that happened, I was like, I am not living my fantasy, like, at all. This is like the opposite of every fantasy. Like, this is my worst nightmare. It's just this book about a woman being like dominated by a man, which is not my thing, and then also like sucking his dick, and I was like, again, not my fucking thing. I hated it. I hated it. I hated every fucking moment of it. Not my cup of tea. Listen, I want the kind of books that have men that are like subservient to women. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to see men on like collars and leashes. I want to see men have dildos shoved up their butts. Like, that's what I want. This was not it. I hope I don't get demonetized, because I am saying a lot of really fucked up and like sexual things. Can you imagine, like 10 years, maybe even like 5 years from now, I'm like in a job interview and they're like, oh, we're really interested in hiring you. And then we saw this video, and then they play this video. It's just me just being like, dildos up your ass and sucking dick. Those are the things I really disliked about it. What I also didn't like about it was the fact that like it was much more sex heavy than it was like mystery plot heavy. Like, I didn't care so much about, oh, also that reminds me, let me go back. There was also a thing where like he like gave her basically like a wedgie. Are there any men here who sleep with women? And I really don't think that there are, because I don't think a lot of straight men watch me, but maybe there are a few bi guys like, hey, what's up? Women don't like that. Don't do that. No woman is going to get turned on by you giving her like a wedgie. Like, so for some reason, men think that, and I don't know why this is all of a sudden turned into like Dr. Ruth or something, but women don't experience pleasure just from like the pressure of fabric against their, you know, genitalia. Like, that's not a thing. Stop treating pussies like dicks. Like, they're not the same. Stop. Anyway, that's okay. That's my PSA for today. It's a weird PSA. I'm never talking about sex ever again on this channel. There wasn't as much plot as there was like sex and like smut. And I I kind of wanted to know the mystery, but it was so bogged down by the author sort of trying to develop these characters as being romantically involved that I was like, what's the point? There's no point. I'm not into it. I can't. Yeah, so I DNF'd this. I didn't like it. I don't think I'm gonna rate it because I DNF'd it. Yeah. If you do like this, please let me know why. Because I think what it is it just comes down to taste. Like, this is not my demographic. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is not my cup of tea. I'm not into men being sort of dominant. I'm not into that. Like, I don't like it. So, that's my least favorite. Next up, let's talk about If We Were Villains by Emil Rio. Okay, so this wasn't my favorite. This was like such a fucking bummer. If you watch the vlog, you know that like I was feeling the fantasy, and then this book came along and just crushed me dead. I hated it. This is about a group of friends who are in like university, and they go to this art university, and they're all like thespians. They all like love Shakespeare and like Caesar or whatever. One of their friends dies or is killed. We're trying to figure out who killed the friend. It's basically The Secret History, except it's like thespians and we don't know who killed. I didn't like this book because it was kind of boring and because it didn't inspire anything from me. To begin with, the characters were, in my opinion, like lackluster. I didn't give a single flying fuck about any of them. Not only that, but there were 2 or 3 characters, main characters, who truly had no purpose in the book. Like, you could remove them and nothing would be different. And I didn't like that because I feel as though if you're gonna have like 5 or 6 ensemble cast, why did I say that weird? As the main protagonist of your book, you should have each of them contribute some way. But there were 2 or 3 of them that like really truly did fuck all. Like, what was the point? Anyway, characters were like blah. The main character was like blah. I didn't really understand his motivation for some things. There was kind of like a gay subplot thing, but it was the kind of gay subplot thing that doesn't really go anywhere. So like, I can't even sit here and be like, representation, because it wasn't. There was much more development, in my opinion, put into the heterosexual relationship than there was like the gay relationship. I don't think they ever really kissed. I don't think they ever really came out to each other or like had like a thing. Maybe they did. I don't remember. I just remember feeling like meh about the gay subplot. Felt very much like the author was like, oh, maybe I should make this character like this character, or have like some kind of flirtationship between them to sort of add spice, add like interest to the books or to the character. I don't think it was really meant for anything other than to be like a plot thing. I don't know. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. And then plot. This book goes between the present day where our main character is getting out of prison and going back in time when everything happened at university. Honestly, I felt very much like indifferent towards the plot. I regarded it in almost like a indifferent manner. Like something big would happen. I'd be like, okay, like cool, whatever. Like let's just move on. Because I was really only interested in like reading it as quickly as possible. So it really didn't like inspire me to be like, you know, oh my god, let me like soak this in. Also, on top of that, the vibes. It's supposed to be like a dark academia book. It's supposed to be Secret History-esque, and there were like almost no dark academia vibes. Like, I didn't feel inspired, or like, you know, that like warm, cozy feeling that you sometimes get when you read like a really good dark academia book. Like, none of that. I didn't feel it. I wasn't brought into it. Do you know what I mean? Like certain books I read this month, the vibes were immaculate. They were perfect. But with this, I felt very like whatever. Like it was fine. I think though that also has a lot to do with the writing style. Because I think for dark academia vibes to really work well, the writing needs to have a certain kind of evocation. Do you know what I mean? Oh my god, I'm literally so smart. I said the word evocation and it was seamless. I don't even know what the fuck that means that I said it, but who cares? Because it sounded smart. Oh my god, I'm a genius. I felt I felt meh about this. I don't think I would recommend it. I wouldn't ever reread it. And I think I'm gonna get rid of my copy because I don't want it. It's not that good. It's kind of a bummer. So yeah. Next up, let's talk about a book that I don't actually want to talk about that much, and that is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I'm not going to talk about this at all, actually, because I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself until the reading vlog comes out. But just know that I did read this in July, and it was a book that I consumed. Let's talk about Just Like Mother by Anne Hetzel. This was the horror book club pick for my Patreon. And it was wild. I don't know what happened to my physical copy of it. It's here somewhere. I'm just like too lazy to like really go looking for it. So like whatever. So Just Like Mother is following this girl named Mauve. Mauve, as a child, was in this kind of like cult thing, and she escaped it, and then she grew up, she became like a normal person, and one day she reconnects with this girl named Andrea that she used to know back in the fucking day at the cult. And so Andrea is like this big wig, right? She's like this big fucking shot. She has this like huge company. She makes like robot babies. It's kind of creepy, but like whatever. And so Maeve goes to visit Andrea at her like fancy fucking house, and things go from there. Their relationship is complicated, and Andrea wants something from Maeve that Maeve doesn't want to give her and is refusing to give her. I don't want to say anything else. This book is a wild fucking ride. It's wild. I liked it. I really liked it. I would say that I would give it maybe 3.5 stars out of 5. I don't think it's a horror novel, and I think it could have been less predictable, but that's just my opinion. So let's begin. Okay, Andrea is literally the fucking worst. Like the first meeting of Andrea, because we meet her in the prologue as a child, she is a fucking nightmare. Okay, you get it right off the bat that Andrea is shady as fuck. And then meeting her as an adult, you realize that she's this shady fucking bitch, and that she doesn't give a single flying fuck about anyone but herself. She's only looking out for Andrea. So like the whole book, I was very suspicious of her. I wasn't trusting of her like at all. And then Maeve is this sort of like down on her luck girl. She has like a somewhat okay job, which she eventually gets fired from. She has like no real like romantic connections with anyone. Her most romantic connection is with this dude named Ryan, who's like her fuck buddy. She doesn't have any like biological family. She just has like her foster parents, who I'm pretty sure died. Maeve is kind of headstrong, kind of assertive with like setting boundaries with people. Plot of the book is kind of predictable. Like I kind of guessed most of the things that were gonna happen. Like there were certain scenes where it was just very obvious like something was going to happen in a certain way. Like I like it because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm smart or something, but at the same time it's kind of like, okay, but like surprise me, you know what I mean? Although there were one or two scenes that were kind of surprising that I didn't expect to happen, but for the most part I did expect a lot of the things to happen, and I kind of expected the ending to end the way it ended, if that makes sense. And then the reason why I say it's thriller and not a horror novel is simply because the author's reluctance to include the gruesome, macabre, or horrifying details. Like there are dead children in the book, and yet the author kind of like glazes over the descriptions of these scenes. Like there are scenes that are supposed to be like super bloody and gross and horrifying and like people tearing each other apart, but like there isn't really any detail gone into it. Like it kind of reminded me a little bit of Hyde, where it's like kind of like, this happened. I don't want to do that. First of all, because I'm a lazy bitch. Second of all, like it's your job. Like tell me what the fuck is going on. Make me feel the disgust. Make me feel the terror. But instead she just kind of like glazes over it. She's like, nah, you're welcome. For me, it was very much more a thriller novel, a suspense novel than it was like horror. Overall, I think it's fun. Overall, I think it's very crazy and like, you know, woo, you know? Are a lot of like twists and turns. So I would recommend it if you're interested in like this kind of thing. Make sure that you look up the trigger warnings before you read it, just in case like there's something that you don't want to read about. But yeah, overall, it was good. I liked it. Next, let's talk about Catherine House by Elizabeth Thomas. Dude, this book was so fucking weird. This book was fucking crazy. In case you don't know, this is about this girl who goes to this like very prestigious school called Catherine House. The thing about Catherine House is you go in, you do 3 years, and then you come out. There is no leaving. You don't get technology. You don't get to bring all your stuff. Like, you go in, just basically you and the clothes on your back, and that's it. Our main character is Inez, and the closest thing to home that she has is Catherine House. But its strange protocols soon make this refuge, with its worn velvet and weathered leather, feel increasingly like a lavish prison. When tragedy strikes, Inez begins to suspect that the school, in all its shabby splendor, hollowed history, and advanced theories, and controlled decadence, might be hiding a dangerous agenda within the secretive, tightly knit group of students studying the most promising of mysterious curriculum. It's a weird fucking book. I don't even know where to start, really. Let me talk about my experience reading it. When I first started this book, I wanted to love it, but when I first started it, I was like, I did not care. The book itself felt kind of disjointed. It would just go between these different scenes. Granted, the descriptions are stunning. Like, it's so dark academia. It's like, you know, constantly drinking, constantly studying. The writing is gorgeous, but the overall plot for me in the beginning felt sort of like meandering, felt kind of awkward and like just random. Like, I didn't understand. Even after one of the characters dies, I still kind of felt like it was very like haphazard. It's not until maybe like the last half of the book that any kind of plot starts to sort of like sizzle to the top. I felt like that for most of the book. And then when I got to the end, like the last 20% of the book, I was like, this is so good. I spent the majority of the book just feeling like either indifferent to it or hating it. And then when I got to the end of the book and I could see the larger picture that this book creates, I was like, God bless you, Elizabeth Thomas. I can't do it justice at all, but it's stunning. And I would say if you're looking for a dark academia read and you haven't read this one yet, I would recommend it. I know that a lot of people don't like it, and I can understand why, because I didn't like it. I would say just get to the end and then decide for yourself. Even just the descriptions and the writing alone kind of makes this book worth it for me. I don't know what else to say, so let's talk about this book, which again was also in my Dark Academia reading vlog, and that is Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Imiati. This is a YA thriller Dark Academia novel. Somebody is like using a fucking saw outside. Are you joking? This is about 2 students named Chiamaka and Devon. They both go to this like super fancy school, okay? And like Chiamaka is like the most popular girl in school. Everyone fucking loves her. Everyone like adores her. And she kind of like rules it with like an iron fist. And then Devon is like this kind of like loser kid. He doesn't have that many friends. Like, nobody really knows that he exists. And then one day this person like sends this like malicious text message calling out Devon and Chiamaka, and things begin to sort of slip. Somebody is trying to basically expose these 2 students, and it's not great. I think I read this book in like 2 days, and it is wild. Like, you think like, oh, that'll be like a fun, quick, cute read. No, it is not cute, dude. I was like, my stomach was in my asshole while I was reading this. I felt so much anxiety. The characters, first of all, stunning. Okay, they're both so gay, and I live. Just like the general message of the book, and that these institutions of like racism and prejudice and oppression exist, and that these institutions need to be destroyed in order for them to be rebuilt better. As for vibes, as for like dark academia vibes, it wasn't exactly great. Like, I didn't really get that many like vibes in terms of like feeling like I was like in this like, you know, secret society blah 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 thing. The writing was, I think, much more focused on the characters, and it's much more character driven. There wasn't much description of the landscape, of the school, of really anything, but I still really liked it. I like that the dark academia vibes come from the maliciousness of not only like the students, but also from like this overlooming institution, which in itself is kind of also like a character, which actually was similar to Catherine House. Catherine House also had character-like institution. I really liked this. I really liked it. I think I gave it 5 stars. Pretty sure I gave it 5 stars. If you haven't read it, I think you really should. You're missing out. I'm like upset that it took me so long to read it. Now let's talk about The Secret History by Donna Tartt. This is like a reread for me. This is my, I think my third time rereading it officially. Stunning. It's gorgeous. Like, again, if you haven't watched the reading vlog, please watch it. But The Secret History is the high bitch. This is about a group of friends who decide to kill one of the other members of their group, and basically how they get away with it and like why they did it. And it's set at this like prestigious school, and it's just everything. Okay, it's gay. Love that. It's dark. Love that. The character development is fucking off the charts. The writing is fucking stunning. Like, just read this. I'm not even like that's it. Just fucking read it. Like, that's all I'm gonna say to you. Just read this book. Last but not least, my favorite book of the month, and I literally could not be more surprised, but that is The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. Dude, I can't tell you how much I fucking loved this and how much that surprises me. I was obsessed with this. Like, this is about, I think, like 5 or 6 people. 6 people. It's 6 people because it's called Atlas 6. Jesus. This is about 6 people. They're all sought out by this guy named Atlas. And he's like, hey, come to my institution and like become part of this like secret society or whatever. And so all these people are like, hell the fuck yeah. So they all go, but then they figure out that there's actually more to it and it's a bit more sinister than they thought. This is The Secret History, but with magic, in my opinion. I was into this so much. The characters, first of all. You learn to love every single fucking character. They're all so deeply flawed and so interesting. Although actually I hated Callum. I take that back. Callum can literally suck a dick. I hate that guy. But the rest of them, stunning. The vibes, dude. The dark academia vibes are impeccable. Like, the whole book, I was just like, I just want to go to this library. I just want to go to this like building. I just want to like study and drink wine and get drunk and have threesomes. Like, it's so beautiful. I loved it so fucking much. I'm so upset that it took me so long to read this. Not only that actually, but there's also illustrations in the book. I can't even say anything else because it was just so good. And all I'm going to end up saying is just like, is that it's beautiful and perfect. And then I just want everyone alive to read it. So yeah, I loved this so much. Let me know in the comments what you think of it, if you thought the same, because I would love to know. Anyway, my friends, my family, my familia. It has been so much fun spending this time with you. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them. I would love to know. Don't forget also to hit subscribe because we talk about spooky shit, we talk about creepy shit, we talk about my killer vacation and the Atlas 6 and shit. Thank you. I will see you guys in my next one. Have a wonderful day. That was backwards. Bye.